Everyone. Today we're going to be going over installing an electric strip heaters for a heat pump application. Also going over the low voltage wiring both in the thermostat and in the outdoor defrost board. For today, our demonstration units are going to be one of our Lennox CBA 27s, our Honeywell T6 thermostat, along with a basic heat pump defrost board. This one happens to be out of one of our Lennox units. All right, in here is our circuit breaker for these strip heaters that's already been installed. I'm about to take the door off and show you those. All right, let me just pop this door. Now, inside here is your strip heaters. They do not come installed in the unit. You will get this unit off the truck. I highly recommend, comes in a separate box, these strip heaters. Before you take this air handler into a crawl space, into an attic, install your strip heaters outside by the truck, all right? You're gonna make yourself a lot harder job if you try to do this in a crawl space, all right? That's tip number one for the day. All right, to take and install these strip heaters, this circuit breaker for this particular unit comes with it. You want to let that hang. Behind here, there's a plate that you're going to have to cut out. You can use your sheet metal snips to cut the knockouts out and then remove that whole plate. Now, screws come with the package for the strip heaters. You slide the strip heat section in there and screw that in place. In the back of the unit, there's two holes that line up and help secure the whole system in place, the strip heaters in place. If you're not sure what strip heaters are, think of your toaster that we toast our bread or bagels in every day, but on a lot more larger scale, okay? After that, they're insecure. Some units, the larger the KW, it could have its own circuit breaker. This one happens to have it. You're gonna take that with the screws that's provided and put it in one of these holes and it's secured in place. Now you bring your line voltage in to the top of the circuit breaker and you're ready to go with it as far as line voltage. Your unit is going to come with a plug. Give me a second here to unplug this. This unit comes here plugged in for a regular air handler, not ready for strip heat, like this. This is where your line voltage would go and hook up to the system. But because we're putting strip heaters in, we're gonna take this out, keep it, and plug in our strip heaters to that. Your strip heaters have its own plug on it. Now they're all ready to go. Line voltage is all ready to go. You got your circuit breakers in, your line voltage coming in, and the sequencer package is all in there and set and ready to go. Next, I always like to keep this just in case we do anything in the future, anything has to change, you can just tuck it back in. Our next step is our thermostat wiring. Once you get all your thermostat wire run, you're gonna get it up to your thermostat and to your outdoor heat pump. I'm just showing the board here to make things easier, but obviously this is gonna be outside in the heat pump. All right, as far as wiring goes, we're using, again, a Honeywell T6. Basically here, you got your R, your common, 24 volts R in common, G for your fan, Y for your compressor. On a heat pump, the compressor is always energized and always running for both heating and cooling. Remember that, all right? We also have auxiliary heater on here that attaches to our strip heaters to bring auxiliary heat on, and O/B terminal. Depending on what equipment you are installing is how you program the thermostat. Do I want the thermostat to energize the reversing valve for cooling, or do I want to energize it for heating? Our Lennox units, you always program it for O, so we energize the reversing valve for cooling. So we fail in heating mode. If that reversing valve does not work for a Lennox piece of equipment, it is always on and heating. All right, button this back up. Now outside for our defrost board, our terminals are similar to it. Let me just come over And I can show you this here. We'll zoom out on this a little bit more. We have our R in common out here, just like in our thermostat. 24 volts to power the board up. So you got that's in out here. Your yellow terminal is for your compressor, to bring your contactor on and your compressor. You have brown, that is your reversing valve. That's sending 24 volts to either energize or de-energize that reversing valve. And then you have white up here for our W1 is our auxiliary heat. That auxiliary heat comes on if it's too cold, the heat pump can't meet the demand, or the thermostat gets cranked up a lot higher than what it is in the house, or primarily when the system, the outdoor unit goes into defrost, the air conditioning comes on, so instead of blowing too much cold air on the homeowner, we turn on those strip heaters through W1, through the defrost board. All right, now our next system, we bring it all back together in here. This one, we have our terminal strips on the front here and on the side. A lot of units does not have a O terminal. This one does. So I just bought all my I used brown for O on this particular one. I attached both of those to that screw, and that's just my junction point for that. If you do not have an O, you basically wire nut that together, because you're going from your thermostat right out to your defrost board. Your wire nut is your junction in here. Other than that, our R's go together in here. That's our 24 volts. W2, W1 comes into here, okay, on your terminals. It's basic wiring, guys. Green goes powers your fan up and common. And yellow goes down here to yellow 1 to energize again that compressor. After that, you're all ready to go. This happens to be an X13 motor in this CBA 27. Now once you have all this installed, basically that's the extent of wiring this. All right, have a good day. Any questions, you can always reach out for us. Thank you.